Welcome back. Congress leaders in Goa have got a clear signal from Delhi that young blood needs to enter Goan politics and the old war horses may step aside. In charge of the party's screening committee, Oscar Fernandez conveyed this feeling of the high command to many senior Congress leaders. Many leaders are taken aback by this message from Delhi.
The groupism within the Congress in Goa has troubled the corridors in Delhi. Continuous threats from leaders having their own power coterie and family backing has upset the high command as their approach is creating roadblocks for the party. The last visit of Oscar Fernandez had three prominent points on his agenda: crackdown on groupism, tab on family politics and right time for election. As a measure to curb groupism and family politics, High Command has passed on a swift message to its established leaders in Goa. Prominent Congress leaders, on the condition of anonymity, have confirmed that Oscar has conveyed this delicate message in the most gracious manner. New blood is needed in Goan politics. Some of the leaders who have spent decades as MLAs may think of making way for youngsters. Incidentally, this is the same message conveyed by Rahul Gandhi to the oldies in party during Youth Congress convention. Many of the young leaders in Congress have raised apprehensions about family politics of some heavyweights in the party. They've also warned the Delhi about the scam-ridden image of the Congress. These are the issues they raised before Oscar: corruption, mining, regional plan and family politics. Sources say that even Oscar seemed against preempting election. He even questioned some GPCC members as to why they want early election. Congress leaders were divided on the issue and could not reach a consensus. Bureau Report, Prudent Media.
IFFI 2011 has gained a bad name. Canadian delegation living in the middle of the festival has created tension between Indian and Canadian film fraternity. Canadian delegates left the festival claiming that their movies were not a part of the original IFFI schedule. Director of the film festival claims that inconvenience occurred after Canadian delegates sent their movie prints after the due date.
Canada had sent 8 films for the festival, but annoyed with the IFFI management, Canadian delegates left IFFI midway. Sources say they left the festival as their movies were not scheduled in IFFI. Sources say that Canadian movies were screened at 11 at night after the usual schedule got over. We spoke with the IFFI director Shankar Mohan. He clarified that IFFI organizers are taking due care of the delegates and film personalities. He has passed the buck on the Canadian delegates.
We have repeatedly told all the filmmakers across the globe that 10th of November is the cutoff date by which we should be having the films in our hand. Those films which have not come on 10th, we have not scheduled them. Firstly. Secondly, the films of this particular person who came after 10th. But even then, we have accommodated them and we have put them in the late night screening shots. Because we cannot disturb our schedules to accommodate some person whose print has not come on time.
Each day of the festival is creating new controversy, starting from IFFI dates to schedule, hurting the sentiments of artists, improper arrangements, and now international delegates leaving the festival midway. It seems all is not well. Our reporter from Panji, Basuri Desai, with video journalist Sarvesh Veluskar.
Former Vice Chairperson of Murgaon Municipality, Kashinath Yadav, was arrested on Tuesday for allegedly damaging property of Monica Dias. Monica has filed a complaint with the Vasco police stating that Kashinath damaged her hut.
Monica Yadav complained that former Vice Chairperson of Murgaon Municipality and a relative, Kashinath Yadav, damaged a hut at Daktolem in Murgaon. She claimed that property dispute was on at JMFC court at Vasco. She informed us that Kashinath damaged her property after the case of eviction was decided in her favor.
2008 जो केस आशिल्ले ते आमी जिखले आयज
जिखले उपरांत कितें जालें
जिखले उपरांत ते थंयसून येवन डायरेक्ट मोडपाक स्टार्ट केलें
घरांतलें सामान बी कितें ना जालां
सामान आतां चोवंक ना कितें आसा पूण खुबशें सामान घेतलां
ते घेवन गेले
हय आख्खें तेणें मोडलां.
Counsel for Monica Yadav, Advocate Dileshwar Naik, has termed it a criminal act.
The court to evict my client from that property. So court has come to a conclusion that the suit is not proper, and court has decided today that and dismiss the suit. So this is not only contempt of court, but this is an criminal act.
Earlier, before the arrest, Kashinath Yadav refused charges of damaging a property. he has a different story to tell.
तशें हांवें कांयच करूं ना, तेजें घर म्हणूंक ना, कांयच ना, आनी तें म्हाजे अगेन्स्ट गेला काय तेजे अगेन्स्ट गेला, इट विल प्रूव आफ्टर द ऑर्डर, when order comes, and overall order also has not been dictated.
पण त्यांच्या ॲडव्होकेटान सांगला की ती ऑर्डर
ॲडव्होकेट जातो सांगता, ॲडव्होकेट जात सांगता, ॲडव्होकेट सांगता, त्यांचो ॲडव्होकेट सांगता प्रॉपर्टी तेंची म्हणून, ते काय तें घेवप काय ना, ॲडव्होकेट जाते सांगता.
Our reporter from Vasco, Surendra Madkekar.
Operations of 22 hotels in Kolva will be suspended. Goa State Pollution Control Board in their recent inspection found that these hotels are violating the prescribed norms. Meanwhile, convener of Kolva Civic and Consumer Forum, who had filed a writ petition in the High Court against these hotels, complained of receiving threat calls.
The Goa State Pollution Control Board in their recent inspection reported that 22 hotels in Kolva have been violating the prescribed norms. These hotels were pulled up for allegedly releasing sewage into a nalla and subsequently into a river, thus causing its pollution. Based on this report, Deputy Collector of Salset, D.M. Redkar, has issued closure orders for these hotels and restaurants.
These hotels and the restaurants, 22 in numbers, asking them to stop their operation within a period of 7 days and also comply with the directions issued by the Goa Pollution Control Board and send a compliance report to this office as well as to the Pollution Control Board.
It may be recalled that an NGO from Kolva had filed a writ petition in the High Court against the hoteliers for allegedly releasing sewage into a nalla in the village. The High Court had asked the GSPCB to inspect the site and submit a report on the same. The convener of Kolva Civic and Consumer Forum, Judith Almeida, complained that she is receiving threat calls.
Members of our forum, myself, and other members who have been receiving threats, coming, intimidatory tactics, and I heard even they want to break up and my house by stoning it. Hence, we are demanding that all the authorities concerned, that is starting from the collector, the deputy collector, the SP, DYSP, DIG, DGP, to take cognizance of this threat to our lives and property. That people like us who are fighting for the good should not be affected.
Our reporter from Margao, Samir Bhatt.
Let's take a short break. Stay tuned.